Aouita, the little Moroccan, in second place there after Dave Moorcroft's world record of 13 minutes 0.41 over to David Coleman.
And the news is, after 5 laps, 12.5 lap journey this, after 5 laps, they're just outside, about a second outside David Moorcroft's own schedule when he broke the world record on this track in 1982. His world record, 13:00.41. Verbeek is the leader, the European indoor champion from Belgium. In second place, Aouita, the Olympic champion, and the man who seems destined to break Moorcroft's record sooner or later, Aouita from Morocco. Behind him is Peter Koech of Kenya. Or rather, looking back, he's dropped out of play, and Sidney Marie has moved up there, the American, for the world 1500-meter record holder, who's moved up in distance. And Verbeek has dropped out, and the real race begins. And just behind Marie is the menacing figure of Alberta Cover of Italy. The world record holder, the European record holder, or the world champion rather, the European champion, and the Olympic champion at 10,000 metres. We saw Matt Muir going through there, and he's running well in 5th place, just behind John Tracy of Ireland, who's 4th. So, Aouita making the pace now. In 2nd place is Marie. 3rd is Cover. 4th is Tracy. 5 is Matt Muir from Scotland. Just checking on the schedules now as they come round with less than 6.5 laps to go. They're just a second outside the pace that Dave Moorcroft ran when he set the world record on this track.
And having said that, David, you remember that this man, the last time we were in Oslo, Sa&iuml, built up the race as he went along. He got faster as the race went along. This crowd are behind him. There's a real buzz about the track and field situation here. Bislett with its 20,000 on a still night, magnificent conditions, records have already been set. All the signs are that this could be the night that David Moorcroft's record could go. Aouita, who is confident and says he wants to run around 12:50 and wants to be another Henry Rono, 4 world records in 1 year, really has all the pedigree to set this world record, and he really has torn this field asunder.
5.5 laps to go, and these 3 now some 20 metres clear of John Tracy, the former international cross-country champion. He's in 4th place. Matt Muir is 5. In 6th place is David Lewis. And in 2nd place, from Algeria, Benoor, who's improving all the time. But Aouita leads. The 2nd fastest man in history behind Moorcroft. In fact, he's got the 2nd and 3rd fastest times ever. Sidney Marie in 2nd place, having stepped up in distance, not really been tested for either his courage or his endurance at this sort of speed before. And Cover remains tucked in 3rd place, economical as ever. John Tracy 4th with that shuttling action. Very, very little backlift, but he gets there. More suited to cross-country, but he's got a fine track record as well. Matt Muir in 5th place. David Lewis still holding on to 6th. Benoor is 7th. And they started off with a 61-second lap, and then he went 62, 62, 64, 63, 62, 63, 64. And we saw just how good this Moroccan could be. Not only at this distance, but he ran it last in Oslo about a month ago, and ran the 2nd fastest time in history after a very slow start. But also, we saw how good he was over 1,500 metres as well, but he was only just beaten by Steve Cram. And Cram set the world record, and Aouita, of course, got the 2nd fastest time ever over 1,500 metres. Cover moves into 2nd place now. Marie is still 3rd as they come around with the lap marker showing 3 to go this time. The Moroccan in front, the Italian 2nd, the American, who was born in South Africa, Marie is 3rd, John Tracy 4, Nat Muir 5, David Lewis in 6th place, 7th is Pinetta of Italy, in 8th place Christoph Oehler, and in 9th place now Presentia of the United States.
Well, sorry to say the first seeds of doubt, but the pace has dropped. 2 64-second laps that followed the 63s and the 62.5, and these other men with him. This means that Sa&iuml has put just a question mark against that world record. He's still running a remarkably fast run, of course, but I wonder whether he's got the feel that he had the last time here in Oslo. He began to believe as the race unfolded, and I just looking at him here, the signs of doubt may be there. Remember when David Moorcroft broke this world record, he went overnight from 57th in world rankings to 1st. Now, this man knows what it's about. He's been very close, and he must know now whether he's got it in his legs and whether he's got it enough fire in his belly to take that world record, but the pace has certainly dropped.
And in fact, with 2 laps to go, he's about 4 seconds outside at the pace David Moorcroft was running at this stage. But Moorcroft had to go it alone from here on. Aouita's got a real race in his hands, and Marie is lively and looking menacing again. Clover back in 3rd place. Tracy now some 50 metres back in 4th. Nat Muir is 5. Christophe Perler 6th. And David Lewis back in 9th place now. So it's Morocco, America, and Italy. 600 metres to go. And the Moroccan hasn't shaken them. Marie's looking quite confident, just staying there and waiting. Clover, normally the master over 10,000 metres. He's not out of it by any means. Aouita really beginning to suffer. The seeds of self-doubt are there, but he's testing them all the time. Trying to stretch them, trying to get away. And Clover's just slightly detached now, and here comes Marie. And this surely is almost suicidal to take the lead so soon. Marie goes through the bell, 12:05. That world record could be in danger, but they've got to run an astonishing last lap of about 55 seconds. Still Marie in front, and he's kicked all the way, but he hasn't broken Aouita. And Aouita hanging on in 2nd place, but what an effort by Marie. And still Aouita is right there. Clover is well beaten now as they come round with 200 to go. The American, born in South Africa, but now resident in the States, still in front. And still Aouita hangs on and growing in confidence now as Marie possibly pays for going too soon. Was he too confident? Aouita attacking on the outside, and he is away by some 2 to 3 metres, but he's not shaking Marie off entirely as yet. The world record, 30:00.41. Aouita steaming for the line. Has he done it? Oh, it's so close. It is so close. 100th of a second outside, I think. They're going to have to look at all sorts of equipment in order to... And in fact, it's just inside the record, but we've had 1 or 2 corrected times tonight. Marie 2nd, in 3rd place Clover, 4th was Nat Muir, 5 Tracy, 6 Hurler. Oh, what a race that was, and what an astounding last lap. I made the last lap, just doing mental arithmetic, some 55 seconds, and it didn't seem to be on. Stan Greenberg, who keeps an eye on the clock and the statistics for us, he made it 54.1. Well, a last lap to remember, and it was made by Marie, and the Moroccans are there celebrating. But we must all wait to see what happens when they check the time again. But it looks to me, because the time has been usually corrected slightly faster tonight than slower, the time on the unofficial clock has been very close to 100 of a second most of the night. It looks to me as if Moorcroft's record may well have gone. Quick word from Ron Pickle.
Well, just to say, David, in Nice, he lost the world record at 1,500 metres by a 1/4 of a second, and if that clock is confirmed, he's gained a world record by 1/100th of a second, and there can have been a smaller margin than that over 5,000 metres. But what a good race from Sidney Marie to push him all the way.
And just a thought that strikes me, as we're looking tonight at one of the greatest athletic nights in history, this, if it's confirmed, is the 44th world record to be broken on this track, and the 2nd tonight. And we've still got the dream mile to come. But we must wait now for the official clock to tell its own story.
Yes, a marvellous night indeed from Oslo, and Brendan Foster's with me. David...
Again, it's the mile...